So a few hours ago, one of the JMods posted this on Twitter. 3 months ago, Hardcore Ironman mode was released on old school RuneScape. Here's a look at where Hardcore Ironman have died during that time. And there is a map, and it shows these red dots where Hardcore Ironman died, basically. So I'm gonna go into a higher quality picture here. And I wanna just go in wilderness because a lot of people said, you're panicking too much. Right? When I was going to Lava Dragon Maze, like, why are you so over-exaggerating, you know? You're not gonna die, probably. This is what I logged off last time, and I thought it was a safe area, but I think I can see some red in here, but I'm not even sure if it's coming from this side or what, because it's not really dots, but I said that this is pretty dangerous area. This is where you can die, because people peek in here, and you can see so many Ironmen died in here. Probably by killing Vetian, but in most cases it's gonna be from PKers. And it's like the whole Lava Dragon Isle is filled with these red dots. Like if you zoom in, you can actually see the dots. It's like so many tiles where Ironman died. It's a very, very extremely dangerous place. And even outside, like people tried to escape probably, and they died eventually. So this was not a joke. I mean, we're talking about like level 40 wilderness, multi. Like, what is not to be scared about that? No shit, I was shitting my pants. And I think I was killing in here, but I can't even tell. Is that 3 dots? I can't even tell, but that was a fairly safe area where I was killing them. But you see, some of these deaths I don't really understand. Like, there's probably a reason why so many people died at Demonic Ruins. Why would you die in this place? What is so special about this place? Like, why would you go in here even? I would understand if we were like 1 year after Hardcore Ironman was released. So people would be teleporting here by using ancients or ancient tabs to like go to Fountain of Rune or something. But now, for some unknown reason, there's no attractions in this place at all. Nothing to gain in here. What are you doing, clue scrolls in here? Like so many people as well? There's gotta be something, right? It's pretty red. It's pretty red in here. It's almost as red as Lava Dragon Isle. How? What happened here? I have no idea. Look, some people even died from Vetian, it seems. I wonder if they just tried to like run through the place, or they just died because they were trying to kill Vetian. Or maybe they were killing lava dragons and they tried to escape and then got barraged and then killed by Vetian. Now, my most hated clue scroll is where you have to go to Wilderness Volcano and you need to take like 2 very rare items in here, but there are not a single death in here. It's multi, so I would assume if somebody goes there, they would die instantly, but 0 deaths. Maybe they died on their way back in here or something. But there is a red dot at Fountain of Rune. I'm pretty sure. I can't even tell. I think there's a red dot. So someone tried to charge some glories or some ring of wealth, because I think that's the only way to charge wealth. If you go in here, you cannot do it at Heroes Fountain. And then just some other ones like people died at Callisto. So I assume this is more high level hardcore Ironman. This is the spot, that's a spot. So it's a pretty dangerous place. It's multi, it's very deep. I guess you could risk it. It's very impressive if somebody has like a ring from Wilderness bosses, or even a pet. Like if you hardcore Ironman with Callisto pet, very nice. You know, that's some risk that you took, but a lot of people die in this place as well. Now, Wilderness lever is completely red. Like, it's so dangerously red, but also in here, this is where people try to escape or something, because that's completely red. It's not even multi in this place, so people just go through here. Again, very, very dangerous place. You should try to avoid it as much as you can. Agility training arena. Like, I swear to God, if you're playing Hardcore Ironman and you're training at Agility training arena, unless it's for like a diary or something, I can kinda understand. But if you're doing one achievement, then you have to do all of them in Wilderness. Then you have to go to resource area, you have to kill Scorpio or something. I don't even remember the achievement diaries. And it's kind of sad to see some of them, because I think someone maybe was doing a clue scroll or something, or trying to get to KBD, or was killing the crazy, what's that guy? You know, the guy that drops Odium and Malediction piece. And someone tried to escape, so he was running to Giants. And he died. He probably tried to log off, and then he ran out of food and eventually died. I assume that's what happened. It's not a very big dot in here, just like a tiny, tiny red. I also don't really understand Lava Maze. How did so many people die in this place? It's not even like Green Dragons. Like, you can see a little bit at Green Dragons, but it's mostly Lava Maze, like inside Lava Maze. And there's like no attractions to that place. There's almost nothing in here. This is where early hardcore Ironman went for steel play bodies, it seems, because that's a huge. You see this? It's a huge. But imagine, hardcore Ironman mode is released. There's going to be a lot of people going to this place. PKers know that. They will try to kill you. But it's kind of scattered all around the place. It's not just this place, but everywhere on the path. Now, this one is actually crazy because people are dying in Edgeville. So I would assume some hardcore Ironmen or a lot of hardcore Ironmen are PKing, which is understandable. Some people are going for emblems and stuff like that. But you can see some of the deaths are right here. What is this? Level 1 wildy, and it's multi. Now, why would you fight your opponent in multi in such a very weird place? This is where people are selling and buying emblems. So if you get a target, you say, hey, if you let me kill you, I'll give you 1 mil on my main account. So he's like, yeah, okay, because you're trying to get that pouch, the rune pouch. You're trying to get as many emblems as you can. So I think what happens in this place, some people say, okay, deal. So they try to kill their target, and maybe the target just whips out a granite mole or something. Or maybe he barrages you, and then a bunch of people debow you or something like that. So quite a few people died in here. There is literally no reason to die otherwise in this place. So if you're trying to buy emblems, which is not against game rules, by the way, try to do it safer. Try to do it in this place, though you can see it's pretty red as well. Maybe some people like de-speared or something, but it's quite dangerous. Like I can't even give advice. Some people just have the weirdest deaths. Like if you look at Varroc's Palace, okay, so this is where people die from guards. It's not that big of a deal. If you're lower level, you may not notice that you're dying or something, and then you just die. But this one is a much bigger red, just so many red dots, and this is where people are pickpocketing. So I think what happens is people just AFK for too long, because you can press a mouse button and you can just keep pickpocketing, you know? I think they just AFK for too long, and then they die, and then they look at the screen, oops, I'm in Lumbridge. So quite a lot of people die in this place. And I think you can see the same in Ardown, like, what the hell? So many people die in here. It's just a huge-ass circle. I guess when you are stealing bread, like in early game, that's the majority of the deaths. So if we go back a little bit back to the wilderness, you can see I thought it was the safest place in here to kill ants, where you just kill ants, you chop trees, and I thought I'm gonna be like lower level or something. Nobody's gonna try to kill me. It's easy to avoid people because it's just so many woods in here. If you see a white dot, just run here. But you can see it's also kind of like a hotspot where hardcore Ironmen die. So don't even go to this place. Also, Chaos Temple, this is where you're doing a hard clue scroll, but because they added new druids in this place, it is extremely dangerous to go in here. You can see people try to escape as well, as far as I can see. Like they go in here, try to escape, but because it's multi, maybe a few people attack them and they die. Also, why is this such a hotspot? I was doing a clue so many times in this place. I am scared to go in here now. I just look at this map. I'm never doing a clue in here, even though it's like level 21 wilderness. Same at Bandit Camp. Every time I would get this clue, it's like, oh, it's very easy. No one's going to be PKing in here, but people are dying. Or maybe it's because people are not protecting. But you can see that hotspot is actually in clue place. So there are several hardcore Ironmen who died by doing a hard clue, which is quite difficult to obtain at low level, so they had to be like decent level, and they died in here. God, even Dark Warriors Fortress, though that could be because those guys are high level now. Like they literally hit so much, if you don't protect from melee, there is a huge chance that you're gonna die in here, and maybe some returning players did not know that, and then just some random ones. Oh, you wanna see something? This is gonna be the best one. Alright, let's go. Oh, what's that? This is Varroc. You know that path where you go from Lumbridge and you go to Varroc, and there is like wizards in this place. Yeah. Look how many people die in here. People still die at wizards. Like this is one thing that should be put in there. Everyone should know this. Don't go as level 3 to Varroc. It's like this meme that was posted, the most dangerous roads in the world, and it shows a few worlds, and then at the end there is a Varroc wizards right here. So it very much applies in this situation. People still die so much even to this day. Now this one, I think it's the stupidest death out of all. Like I can't even imagine how you're supposed to die at combat training camp. This is where you need biohazard quests completed. And there are caged augurs. Like, they literally cannot reach you. So you range them because you cannot melee them, but you can go inside the cage if you want to collect your arrow. So someone was ranging them and they were like, oh, I must collect the arrows, and they went inside and they don't even hit that much. I think the max hit is like 7. And if you're training range in there, you should have some hit points. And someone managed to die in there. And then there are just, generic ones where you would actually expect people to die. So this is the Khazard Warlord. And I think people who just eat food and they're like, oh, I'm actually out of food, I better go back because they don't have any teleports, because usually it's done at very low levels. I think what happens is they try to go back and there are wolves in here. And they're like, oops, I actually don't have any food left. I thought it's going to be safe after I leave this. So quite a bunch of people die from wolves. Keep that in mind. Castle wars are a little bit red as well. Like, actually quite decently red. What happens here? Do people get poisoned and they teleport here? Because there are no enemies in this area. You literally have to die by poison unless I'm missing something. You can even see quest areas. This is so weird. This is the where you fight Dad, and a lot of people try to save spot, I think, in this place, and they just die. So be careful in that place. And I think this is from Troll Romance, which is another quest where people get teleported to this place, and you can see they die in here as well. But Desert Treasure as well. This is where you kill trolls. These are the wolves. Apparently people die to wolves as well. Maybe they run out of prayer or something, and then the camel, the boss itself. Not that many deaths, actually. Like, it seems that more people are dying at trolls than at the boss itself. But if you look at Mauritania, this is a pretty big hotspot at Graveyard. That's where you killed the guy with air spells. So I don't know, is that guy that difficult? I thought the ice guy, in my opinion, was way more difficult. And I'm just going to assume that anyone who dies in desert, they die from AFKing. Because there is no way you're mining granite and you just die. You can see your health going down anyway. And how do you even die in this place? You have to just leave AFK like, oh, enough of mining, I'm gonna have to go somewhere. And you just leave. You have like 20 health and then the desert heat eventually kills you. You can see these tiny spots like throughout the map. Unless you die from like a camel or something, it has to be desert heat.